Nick's not even here.
No.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to episode 23
of the Sad Dads Club podcast.
I'm Fu.
I'm Jim.
Asshole production crew and
That's me.
there you go.
Yeah, he's here. He's here if only in darkness.
Yeah.
Should I show up to
here.
record the podcast 5 days late, or
How about 6 days?
Just post 6 days late.
You should have just come back. He's the reason why that YouTube video is not very good.
I think we should just blame that on Steve Jobs.
Episode 22.
How about
I think it's Tim's fault.
episode 23? We could blame it on Tim Apple.
Episode 22 of the YouTube.
Did you hear
video.
about that one today?
The which one?
What?
Tim Cook was at the White House and they were doing like a business meet and greet, and our president introduced and thanked Tim Apple. with Tim Cook standing right next to him with his sign, a placard right there. He's like, and thank you, Tim Apple.
The Bigley.
We bigly like you.
Oh my god.
And you see there's like a brief moment of like
that. Like, are you stupid?
Tim Apple.
We have our country has really fallen off the wagon.
I'm not sure how that's not just common knowledge to everybody that his name is Tim Cook.
Steve Apple.
Wow.
Donald Bananas.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wow. His name is Tim Jobs. Yeah. So we're here on Wednesday. We got something in store for the show today. If you guys haven't picked up on it already from the last show, but we are gonna do what is this? It's the
Choco-Challenge, featuring the Black Reaper.
I'm already nervous. I'm nervous. So yeah. So
you get these from fuegobox.com.
Yep.
$5 from each purchase, which I think was about $20. $5 goes to the Prostate Cancer Research Foundation.
Yeah. So apparently we're gonna eat these little squares of.
And then try and do the show.
And then try and do the show. I'm not sure how successful we're gonna be at this one.
Are we chalking this up as a mistake, like we made mistakes with the Four Locos?
Well, the amount of tears that I saw in watching other people do these, yeah, it's possible. I mean, the amount of people that take the bite and then go, I have made mistakes, and this is the greatest one.
That's a pretty small square.
I love that the box inside says you must be loco to consume this cocoa.
Right?
And then when you take the chocolate square out, here's the chocolate square, and it has that on the back of it.
It's like a Ghirardelli square chocolate size.
It's a Ghirardelli death square.
Why didn't we?
Underneath where the chocolate goes in the box, it says, last chance to turn back.
Why didn't we do the Coca Loco challenge with Four Locos?
Because I don't... Yeah, what? Thermonuclear bombs at a black hole is just bad.
Every gas station I go to, I'm looking for that gold one too.
You're the only one.
What a I like that it's so presentable. Like it's...
Yeah, it looks like it's magic. Like
a marriage between good and evil. The hashtag Choco-Challenge is for the pain-seeking masochist who hates cancer, cancer, but also has no regard for their own well-being. Our chocolate is fired up by the Black Reaper, a mysterious pepper hotter than a Carolina Reaper, and exclusive to the Choco-Challenge. There are no extracts.
Now, I love that the fact that its money goes to the Prostate Cancer Foundation, which is awesome. They give you this card here about the top things you need to know about prostate cancer, and I think what they left off here is that this chocolate bar will probably give me prostate cancer.
Something, although it may just burn everything out.
That's
just cauterize everything from hole to hole. You
just have smoke all through your intestines. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to break a little hunk off and give a little piece to Data's so he can see what we're feeling.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to do that.
I want to smell it too. I'm a little curious.
It doesn't. Well, that's deceptively not nice.
Oh boy,
You guys are brave souls, man.
Oh yeah, now
I can smell it.
like
in there.
right off the bat, I thought it smelled like normal chocolate, but you can smell
This is what I'm giving to Datas. Yeah.
So, for reference, it's about an inch and change. Did you pound it already?
No.
Make sure not to touch your eyes, right? So
Yeah.
that's with the wipes, tissues, and
Did you bring any diapers?
yeah, right. Hold on, I gotta send something to Venus in case the kids want to come out here and watch the carnage.
Oh my gosh. I'm not sure I'm prepared for this. I mean, I did have tacos for dinner, so.
Did you? I
Yeah.
haven't eaten.
I can see crystals of salt in
Here,
this.
are you sure it's not like chunks of the pepper itself? Pepper skin?
It might be.
Here we go.
Did you whiff it, Chandler?
Yeah, it smells like not that good.
It smells like a really harsh pepper.
How much you guys want to bet I'm going to touch my eye?
Don't grab it. You put a wet wipe in your hand already.
All right, well,
Ready?
are we ready to do this?
Yeah.
Are you just going to shove the whole thing in there?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's what she said.
All right.
Here we go.
On the count of 3. 1,
2.
2,
Cheers.
3. Oh, I can feel it.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Those are the peppers on the bottom.
Right up through the fucking nasal cavities.
That's what she said.
It's fucking hot.
Wow. If that's a fucking square, man, or a chunk off, I don't even know what you guys are feeling.
Oh. Ooh.
It's peppers on the bottom. It was salty on the bottom.
That's what she said. Oh, my God.
There's hot stuff. Like,
Oh, God.
it was deceptively salty.
It's giving me the hiccups.
My teeth hurt, for fuck's sake.
Oh.
Wow.
How long
It's
long
giving
can
me
we
the
go before you guys need to take a drink?
It's giving me the hiccups.
Data needs to put a timer going.
Oh, man.
Wow.
For those of you listening, Fu has
I'm glad I did this.
tears coming out of his eyes.
It is hot.
Holy hell.
I got the hiccups.
Okay, so
Wow. Children,
don't do this.
don't try this at home.
No way. Oh, my God.
Okay, I'm going for the milk. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
It's painful.
My tongue hurts like hell.
That I can't believe I have the hiccups. That helps.
Does it?
Yeah, the milk really calms it.
Woo.
Oh,
My ear hurts. And my
Oh,
tongue hurts.
bait.
yeah. See? Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
holy crap. So, what did you do this weekend, Fu?
Oh, my God.
Fu looks like he just.
You're
Holy shit.
Oh, wow.
I am
you're-
a hot mess.
Oh. It doesn't let up. It does not let up.
I'm trying to make sure that I remove it from my teeth.
The chocolate didn't taste terrible until it fucking lit my mouth on fire. That is hot.
Yeah. Like that.
And I feel like if I can eat that, I can pretty much eat anything. You know what I mean?
That's what she said.
Well, I get the pain.
Your guys' ear canals hurt? Because my fucking ear canal hurts.
I think my asshole's going to hurt in a few short minutes.
I was like, sting.
The diapers probably would have been a good idea. Wow. That is incredibly hot. That is for sure the hottest thing I've ever eaten. And I like hot stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just amazed at how long it's lingering.
Like,
And
I
you
can
got a piece
feel it.
that big. Yeah. I feel it on the back sides of my tongue.
That's where I feel it too.
And a little bit in my throat.
That must be where the
I'm
taste
starting to
buds are
feel
for
it in my stomach. Like
It's just torching everything.
Oh, yeah.
that. That's what she said.
I don't. Where's this coming from?
I'm starting to feel this in my stomach.
It's...
I handled that a lot better than I thought I would. The hiccups were an interesting addition.
I feel like I'm almost getting a handle on it, but as long as I keep rinsed.
The milk was. I'm glad I picked up some milk on the way over here. Oh my goodness, that is hot. If that's a black reaper, what is a Carolina reaper like? Like, I've watched videos of people eating the Carolina reaper, and it is the reddest, meanest, maddest looking pepper I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
It's got these gnarly bumps on the outside. It just looks like it's going to F you up.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen people eat that and just be like, I've watched people throw up after and touch something and then put it in their eyes.
I'm curious to see now. What's the pepper that Sean Evans ate with that other Argentinian guy?
That's the Carolina Reaper.
Is it?
Yeah.
Whew.
They were. Did you see the one where they were in the park in New York and they were in the carriage? Yeah, that was a Carolina Reaper.
That is unbelievably hot.
It's calming.
Yeah.
It's still hot. It's still burning. But it's definitely not as bad. It's definitely getting easier to deal with.
Which is so that it becomes. Now my lips are stinging.
The roof of my mouth honestly feels like it's actually being torched by fire.
I'm sure it doesn't help that it's chocolate, right? So in the chocolate is like oils.
It's infused in the chocolate, right? So they can put whatever they want into the chocolate.
So
You're not just putting...
if you chew that chocolate too much, the oils and the milk of the chocolate is going to like just coat.
and I don't know. It seems to me that putting it in the chocolate makes it more palatable. And if you were just to eat the pepper, you would probably get it worse.
Probably.
Ooh.
That's brutal.
Wow. Wow. You got red pretty quick. Your eyes lit up. And
I made the mistake. Here's what I meant. If I was to do that again, I mistakenly thought that it was salt on the bottom.
So what, you put it...
I licked it.
Oh, no.
Oh.
And so right away I went, ooh, it is salt. No. No! Oh! Wrong. Mistakes.
Those were heat crystals. Oh. It's calming down now.
Yeah.
How long did that take?
14 minutes.
Okay, yeah, 15 minutes or so.
Jason, it looked like you went on like a binge watching of soap operas.
Yeah, like you were an all weekend.
Like you had
like-
more tears in your eyes than I think I've ever had in my whole fucking life.
It kicked in fast. It was fast. It was no
was.
joke.
Yeah. Oh.
I saw on Ellen, Dax and Kristen Bell.
They did it on the Ellen show?
No, they were talking about it. She had him on for something else, and it was something after the Oscars or whatever. And they were talking. She was talking about the cause because he's a big prostate cancer
Like he loves it.
supporter.
Oh, he supports.
I think that's his like charity of choice for him as an actor and a person with extra means. They were talking about how after they stopped the cameras for their they did it Instagram Live. They threw it back up. They vacated.
Like on purpose?
Yeah.
Oh, like no way I can have this in me.
Yeah, because it was burning.
Really? I don't feel that.
I haven't. I probably made a mistake of not eating. I ate late, but I couldn't. I ran.
Yeah.
Ran, set up, and then
that was. I mean, literally a part of maybe the first 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That was actually kind of enjoyable.
It was good chocolate.
Wow.
Well, that'll cure my stir craziness. Like, so going into the weekend, man, I can't. I'm starting to get like the cabin fever, like with all the rain. Are you?
No.
You were lucky. Like that, you know, we did a couple of episodes back before the Four Gloco where I was talking about getting yard work and the bugs, like getting out and doing the things. Like to have that kick in, like as a body clock thing.
Yeah.
And then to be locked down on the weekends so that you can't. I'm like pacing in house, like, oh, Daddy needs to do something. Like,
rip out a wall and like rebuild it.
Well,
you know what? Tear out that friggin' kitchen light shit that you've got, and put it back together.
Put more cans.
Yeah,
more cans. Last night, I'm like, and I can't necessarily. I hadn't been able to go for a drive because I had the Cup 2s on the Focus. So last night, I changed out to the winter tires, the rally tires.
Chandler noticed that you had your winter tires on.
Yeah, like I need to be able to go and do. If I can't go and put a shovel in the dirt or a rake or something, I got to be able to go drive. And if it's raining all the time, I can't have the Cup 2s.
Yeah. All right. This is my good job, Jim.
You survived.
Yeah.
Your toast special.
Yeah.
I feel it in my heartburn. It has come on to my.
Yeah.
Wow.
Should have brought some Tums.
I don't even want to know
Some Pepto.
how you guys feel.
So you know, it was curious to me. So did you watch the Gordon Ramsay one, the Gordon Ramsay Hot Ones episode?
Yeah.
What was with the lemon juice?
Funny. He had brought a bunch of.
He had brought a bunch of stuff. So did you see it? So he gets the bomb-ish in the 7th or 8th sauce.
It was like the
and
last 2 or 3 sauces.
He grabs like the plastic lemons with lemon juice and he squirts like a brat and like. And
I don't know.
Rinses with like lemon juice.
I don't know that would help. That seems to me that would make it worse.
What the catch is there, that it's the acid is neutralizing or removing the
heat or the
capsaicins.
I don't know.
Acidic ingredients such as lemon or lime juice, vinegar, wine, tomatoes, and even pineapple will all help to neutralize the pH levels of spicy oils.
No way.
And reduce some of the
pineapples
flavor. And add the juice or half of a lemon or lime or a tablespoon of 2 of wine, vinegar, or tomato sauce.
So we should have had chocolate and wine.
Yeah. Pineapples.
I think the milk really helped me. I don't know about you. Water.
I honestly got the same.
Water really
the same was to me because really it was about removing, for me,
Yeah.
it felt like both were essentially rinsing and taking away.
Water always feels to me like it's spreading it around, where the milk feels like it's coating everything and giving it a cooling effect.
Huh.
And I
Wonder if a
remember as a
cucumber-
kid having tacos at home, and we would always have pico pica hot sauce, the hot sauce.
Hot.
And as a kid, that shit was really hot, and we'd put it on our tacos, and your mouth would light up, and the milk is what kept you from dying. Of course, I can drink a bottle of that crap now, and I wouldn't even notice the heat. But, yeah, wow.
Wow, we lived.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a thing in me that loves the rain. I love it.
Yeah.
And part of it is, I mean, even since I was a kid, I remember being in the car when it was raining.
Yeah.
And enjoying being in the car in the rain.
Oh, yeah.
There's some sort of solitary,
Yeah.
thing about it. And then later on, when I got into high school and started snowboarding in the 80s, every time it rained, it meant snow in the mountains.
My fucking ear canal is spicy as shit.
It meant that there was going to be snow in the mountains when
Yeah.
it was raining here in Sacramento.
So you have a positive feedback loop.
Yeah.
What rain means up the hill.
And that meant, oh, hey, tomorrow who's going boarding? We're cutting school. And so there's something about it. The feel of it. There's a closeness that I feel with earth or the area.
Yeah.
Something about it. Sort of like a weighted blanket.
Yeah.
It's something like that for me personally.
I enjoy it because I enjoy certainly the white noise.
Uh-huh.
We keep our windows open. And I had grown accustomed to, when we lived in Charlotte, like the thunderstorms. And we had up at Dad's house here in Grass Valley, for the longest time on the house, we had the galvanized tin roof.
Oh yeah.
So
you would hear that.
So the whole white noise thing for me was just funny because the kids have like the white noise apps on their tablets to sleep with, and Xander has like rain. But the tin roof is like it's one of those comfort things for me. Like the sound of rain on a tin roof is like a adolescent throwback. It's like it's a positive trigger for me. It's like I love that sound. We rigged up for a while. We had like right outside the bedroom window, like a pie tin
that it would hit.
hanging on like a bird feeder that never fed any birds, just for the sound of the pitter patter. And we have like the big party galvanized things you get from Home Depot. They're like water buckets. They're 3-4 feet around.
Yeah.
We like do party drinks when we're having
with the
party.
rope handles.
Yeah. So we flip those over upside down because they're also galvanized, and then we put those right on the runoff of the patio covers, so that way the rain like shoots off and it tink to tink to tink to tink to tink. Love the sound.
Yeah.
But once the spring fever thing kicks in, and it's like there's a certain daylight savings kicks in Sunday, doesn't it?
That's what my wife was saying.
Yeah. So as soon as like there's extra, I'm like a plant. As soon as that extra daylight starts kicking in, or I get a certain amount of daylight, and I'm not working anymore, and I get outside, if things start like you're meant to be doing something in this space, like go do that thing.
Yeah.
And then to be locked down like for a week at a time, like I start.
I like get bummed like in the summertime when it's real hot.
Yeah.
And I try to imagine what it would be like if it rained, and I miss it, and I can't wait for the rain to come back. Like people always talk about, oh, I can never live in Seattle because there's so much rain.
I wouldn't care.
And I think I could do that without a problem.
And I don't let it. I mean, outside yard work issue. Like at this point, with because I'm still running, I still have to run.
Yeah.
Clothing options now. There's no real reason why. Like, well, most activities can now be done in the rain.
Yeah.
So like not my yard work, obviously, but
Why not?
'cause mud, Roseville soil.
I don't want to hear
That
excuses.
like top stuff
I
just
just want
turns
to
to like
see
a
results.
slop.
I just want to see results.
Yeah.
You all right?
How you doing now?
I'm doing.
How big was
swimming.
his square?
He just had a little
Like
triangle.
a
at the
triangle
corner.
nib?
Yeah.
Are you
I feel
did
my
you eat
s-
dinner too?
I did. Yeah, we had chandos, whatever you want. I feel it in my stomach now. But if I
don't feel
look
it in my
antsy, it's because my back hurts like shit. So that's all.
I have a little bit of heat remnant. A little bit. I think a lot of it is on my tongue. And a lot of it is because I think I did the...
Yeah, there's some there too.
I feel it in.
but
feel
I
stuff
definitely
coming out.
feel like I have a hot ball of nickel. Like
Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
in...
I don't
like,
feel that at all.
Sitting. How many tacos did you have?
I had 3 tacos.
Yeah. Are you going to see... So wait, let me see. Did I cover everything I did? Yeah, because it was raining.
I did nothing.
Got the tires changed so that way I can go. I didn't get much else. We did... have you ever watched Firefly?
no.
Movie?
Well, Serenity is the movie, but the series, the Fox series that was canceled.
No.
What did we rip through? We
Like
watched the
superhero thing?
No, it's Joss Whedon. It's like the space western thing from like early 2000s.
Oh no, never saw it.
So Piper, I got Venus and Piper to watch the Netflix Travelers series with me. It was 3 seasons, and we just finished that, and so we've kind of been jonesing to find something else that we can all watch again.
yeah.
And Piper hadn't seen or didn't recall. She may have absorbed it as a pod, but not as a young adult that had seen it. So
Right.
we've started watching over the weekend. We started rewatching the Firefly series.
And that's on Netflix.
Yeah, Amazon Prime. We bought it.
Data has something he's trying to say.
He's
apparently.
choking
Gears
on
are
the mic.
turning. When you are looking for another show,
Okay.
I watched 6 seasons of Brooklyn Nine-Nine
Okay.
in like 3 weeks.
Okay.
And there's over 100 episodes, and it's like really, really funny.
Is it?
It's like a cross between Parks and Recs and The Office.
It's a good, funny comedy show.
All
It's
right.
got Andy Samberg starring in there.
Oh, and it's got the Old Spice big black guy.
Yes,
Oh, Terry Crews.
Terry Crews. Yeah.
Yes. He's the voice of one of the characters in the new Crackdown video game, Microsoft. He's like the main guy.
Yeah, so
We
that
got
one's
skeeters
good.
buzzing around in here. Right to your right by the camera.
Oh, close. No cigar.
Chandler got his clap.
I
in.
started picking up on. I rewatched the Jack Ryan series again, on the Amazon one.
I need to finish that.
I tried to get Venus to watch it. She was not her speed. So I ended up watching it a second time. It was really good. They've renewed that for a second and third season as well.
I tried to get Ashley to watch that with me, and then she got bored. So
A lot of times, the Tom Clancy stuff, if you're not that kind of spy political drama thing, I feel like that's one of those on or offs.
Yeah.
It's either your bag or it's not. So I went into Designated Survivor. Started watching that one. Kiefer Sutherland. Have you seen that one?
Nope.
He is.
Nope.
He is the. So at the State of Union address, when everyone is at the Capitol building, right? So you've got your Supreme Court, your Joint Chiefs of Staff, your armed forces. You've got both departments of Congress, the president, the vice president,
Right.
Speaker of the House. Oh, I thought I got it the second time. Speak of the House. So you have the entire backup system for the president. So that what they do is they designate a survivor that remains off-site. So in event of an emergency, there's still a chain of command kind of thing. So
Is that actually for real?
Yeah, for real. So in this series, Kiefer Sutherland is the designated survivor. He's the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. I think Ben Carson is our current guy. Anyway, Kiefer Sutherland is the guy. He's off-site. He's watching the State of the Union address, and someone bombs the Capitol building. And so
he is president.
He is now president of the United States. And so the series is about...
Which I would have never elected Kiefer Sutherland.
Right. Well, and that's part of the thing. It's like, how does the country come to grips with someone who's president who was not elected?
Right.
Who is essentially an organizer and a city planner, but holds no political office. It has no. He's an independent, so he's not a Republican or a Democrat.
And here he is.
And here's your president of the United States in a terrorist attack, and he is tasked with solving the
brutal.
Yeah.
So he probably gets a lot of blowback.
Yeah. I don't know how many seasons. I think there's 2 seasons. So I'm almost through the first season. I find myself gravitating to a lot towards the political stuff lately. Political dramas.
My wife and I have been watching a lot of these, like, is it on A&E or something, where it's like Evil Lives Here, and it's a show about like John Gacy that killed 33 kids and buried under his house.
What is with those lately? Like the serial murderers are getting like documentaries and specials.
This is a show that's about he had a show.
Yeah.
Of course, there's shows. There's The Evil Lives Here is a series, so it's like they have a person, and it's usually somebody very close to that person, whether it be a wife or a husband or a wife, or in John Gacy's case, it was his sister, and he grew up with his sister, and his sister, they didn't know he was killing kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just interesting stuff. So we've been kind of into the sort of murder, mystery, true crime sort of shows that on TV. Like over the week, we watched a bunch of them.
I might have a suggestion for you then.
Yeah.
On Netflix, I just started it, so I'm on episode 2, but it's called You. And it's about this dude that like meets this chick, and he's like a psychopath.
Are you going to tell me about the whole show so I don't have to watch it?
No. He likes. He starts stalking her.
Oh,
and it's pretty fascinating.
Does Shan listen to podcasts?
She listens to our podcast.
She
doesn't really have time. We were joking about that at dinner because
the whole true crime thing. Yeah. She should seriously try listen to
Murders
and Myths, the first one, because the story that Kim covers is very, and it's 30 minutes. It's good storytelling.
Okay.
She may, if she's into like that kind of stuff, it may be an alternate medium to get other good stories along that line.
Well, her problem is she doesn't drive anywhere, and her commute is about 3.5 minutes.
And she can't really have like headphones in at work.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and she probably wouldn't want to get asked what she's listening to. Oh, I'm listening to people kill people.
Does she listen to our podcast?
She listens to us on her commute home.
Oh,
you got a new subscriber, and that was me. So,
yeah,
who?
They did Murders.
Murders and Myths.
I listened to Sword and Scale, and that's a really good true crime podcast. Yeah. That one's really good.
Yeah, so that's what we spent the weekend watching a bunch of that stuff, which, it's just sort of macabre and the fact that the shows are based on something that really happened is.
Do you like it, or are you watching it because Shan likes it?
No, I like it too, and then we'll record a bunch and watch them together, and so.
It's like Venus and I started watching the Designated Survivor, and then, every once in a while I look over and she's just doing the fucking Bejeweled thing.
Right.
It's like
Shannon does that through.
And I'll say something like,
"Are you
what?
not?"
That's dumb. Like you'd have to have JSOC would have cleared that.
Right.
And then I look over and she's just kind of like,
What?
Drives me nuts when Ashley's on Facebook scrolling around and we're watching something interesting. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Shannon does that a lot too.
And she had the other night. Venus had an early morning, and I, it was 9 or 10 o'clock, so I had a couple of more episodes than me. She's like, "Well, tell me what happens in the morning." So she, rolls over and passes
She
out.
could care less if she's actually watching it.
And so then she gets up in the morning and she's like, "So what happened?" And I gave her like a very quick, brief summary. She's like, "Well, how many episodes do you watch?" I'm like, "I don't know, like 3 or 4."
But
you were on
your
like, woman, you went to sleep.
and you were playing Bejeweled.
Yeah.
And texting on
I could have
Facebook.
given you a pop quiz about the episode you were watching, and you probably wouldn't have passed because you're like, I need 4 blue gems to go across in diagonal.
Right.
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah. No, so if it's
I was
something
curious
if
you're
she's
interested.
really interested, she'll watch. But Shanna's funny because when it's something scary,
Yeah.
okay, and so true crime kind of fits that bill because evil shit's going on all the time. She loves to lay in a way where she can hide her face because that makes it better.
Yeah.
So I often find that she has fallen asleep.
Oh.
Or you think she has, or she has, and then you like prod her about it. Oh no, I'm not asleep.
I was watching it.
I was up. What do you mean? So that's kind of funny. But there's a combo of watching with my eyes covered because it's scary, to being on the phone, to there's a whole gamut of things that could happen.
Yeah.
So anyway, but that's what we ended up doing most of the weekend. We didn't really do much of anything.
We started to get in like killing time. The kids, I think today's Wednesday, so it might have been Monday or Tuesday. It had to have been Monday, I think. Venus had one of those shows on A&E or whatever, where they put 2 people naked with the satchels.
Naked and Afraid.
Yes. So everything's censored.
Right.
But I'm in the office. I'm doing my business.
Fapping.
Yeah.
No
And I come back to the bedroom,
Yeah.
and Piper and Venus are both like, as they're watching these 2 people who are just like train wrecks.
They don't even know each other, right?
No, they don't.
Yeah, they're just stuck together naked with a satchel out in the middle of some fucking swamp or something.
Yeah. So
and they get bit by a fucking snake, or I got sunburned, or I cut myself, or
total carnage. I can't remember I think they get to bring one thing.
I can't be naked out in nature because stuff might touch my giblets or my ass.
I'd have problems with the amount of mosquitoes.
Yes, I definitely would.
Like if I can't make a fire.
Yeah.
Like, because they set those like cameras up and like you can see it's like a blanket. Like, how could you not be concerned about some sort of malaria or Zika or something? Like, there'd be no way. I'd be like, is there piranhas in the water? No. Well, then I'm gonna fucking go set up a reed and like sleep in the water and breathe through a fucking straw.
No,
Because no.
I think I put off a lot of carbon dioxide because, like I said, mosquitoes love me.
Yeah.
And in fact, I always make a joke to my wife, which she hates, that they chew on me.
Oh.
Because mosquitoes don't chew. They stick their little thing in you and suck blood out. They don't chew at all. But I like to tell her that they're chewing on me. They love to chew on me, mosquitoes.
You know how they how they suck out?
They suck out?
Do you know how that works? They don't actually suck. They push fluid in,
Oh.
and so then it pressurizes.
That's how you get.
blows back.
and then it blows back in.
So it's
Is
like a
that how
blood
you
volcano.
yeah,
Is that how they inject you with what is that? Lyme disease? Is that how that works?
the tick.
Yeah.
I think the ticks work
The
that way.
tick-
Oh, the
yeah.
ticks.
The ticks. I don't know how.
Well,
the
that's how
tick-
you get diseases and stuff
Yeah.
from.
But the
from-
mosquitoes, they put fluid in. That's why it itches. The proteins that they're using, their saliva-ish, that they put into you, pressurizes so that they get blood to come back out.
That's hot.
You know what's gross?
Oh, yeah.
I clapped a mosquito the other day, and I looked at my hands, and they were bloody as shit.
So that was someone else's blood. You
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
got all over your hands.
Pretty sure it was Jordan's because it was in his room.
Did you see that they had the second case? Speaking of blood,
Yes.
second case of cured AIDS.
Uh-huh.
That's exciting.
I know.
Then I get bad news that Alex Trebek has stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
That's rough. That's rough. I mean,
I love Jeopardy. I don't know if you're a game show guy, but most game shows I can't stand. Like
Family Feud?
it's not my bag. To me, that's just
Well, you don't like what's
I
his name?
enjoy the bloopers, the Family Feud bloopers, like the top 5 things on the board. Name an animal known for its eyesight.
Penis.
You said a bat. That kind of stuff. It's like I enjoy the highlights of like stupid people being stupid.
Yeah.
But I always felt like Jeopardy was made specifically for me because it's that cross between learning stuff
Yeah.
and then flexing what you learn.
I feel like an idiot when I watch Jeopardy. I mean, it's not like I couldn't answer the questions or some of the questions, but the whole how they have to answer it as a question.
Oh, yeah.
That just is like, who is a dipshit? It's like, why do you got to answer as a question? If you have the answer, you just give up the answer.
That's an interesting twist.
So I guess you're asking he's giving you the answer,
right.
and you're asking the question.
Correct.
Which is, I get that, but whatever.
It's magic.
Technicality.
Do you know what? Because Steve Jobs had pancreatic cancer, didn't he?
Yeah.
Do you know which tier it was?
I don't
just trying-
recall, but he didn't. Apparently, he didn't treat it like normal,
Oh, he homeopathic
something like
crystals and seances kind of thing.
that. I mean, he did something
Oh.
where if he had really done like a real treatment, he had a chance to
I don't know
survive.
how the grades of cancer and how the
Well,
severity.
Isn't stage 5 the worst?
I don't know.
And so,
But
if
he,
has stage
he
4,
mentioned he kind of tongue in cheek about his contract being 3 years, and that was not the life expectancy of what he had.
right?
But he looked positive. I applaud the way that he I'm getting out in front of this and I'm controlling the narrative before it gets out that someone said something about Alex Trebek having cancer.
Yeah.
I,
Before all the false crap comes out.
yeah, there's balls of steel there to take your own communication in your hands and be like, "Nah, I'm facing this head on."
Yeah.
I get the feeling we're now at the age where we start recognizing some of the people that we watched or looked up to as far as entertainers
Yeah.
are going to start having.
Well, look at Luke Perry,
Yeah.
52,
Yeah.
stroke and died. So
What's funny with that is I knew Luke Perry more from the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie than,
Oh, really?
than the 90210. I was not a Melrose Place. I was not a 90210.
my wife and I, man, we 90210'd.
Really?
Oh, hardcore.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was we watched every fucking episode of 90210 and every episode of Melrose Place.
Wow.
And I think towards the end of Melrose Place, I was sort of like, I'm all done here,
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like,
Were they tied together?
da-na-na-na, the whole.
You were fans.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we watched like crazy. I mean, and that was when did that come out? Early 90s. Is that when it first hit?
Maybe. I don't know.
Something like that.
He had a stroke?
Yeah.
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 I think Venus had said that he was, I think it was Friday. He had a stroke, and they were, oh boy, that was hot. Wow. That was like Black Reaper fumes.
That one came out of the depths of hell.
Yeah, that was Burninator.
Be glad it wasn't the other one.
That he had, I think the press on Friday was that he had a stroke and he was in a chemically induced coma, and I went,
not good.
Yeah, I don't think you pull out of that dive.
He, on the show, drove a really cool Porsche.
Which show? Melrose?
On 90210.
Was it the same character?
Dylan. He played Dylan McKay.
Yeah. And
he had this black, kind of a high, I think it was like sort of a, you know how Hollywood will take a car and they'll like mod it.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I don't think it was a production Porsche of any kind, but they took some model Porsche and like gave it the like real shallow like glass and made it convertible.
Yeah.
And that was a cool looking car back in the day. Actually, Jalopnik had an article about it. That's how they eulogied him.
Oh, did it? Yeah.
Was through the car he drove on the show, which was
it was a Hollywood car without an actual manufacturer.
Well, it was a Porsche that was modified.
Oh.
I have to find the article for you so
what
you
it
can
was.
see it. Yeah, but it was a specific Porsche model. And I don't recall what it was, but that car was cool. I wish I would have had it. Yeah. Like old school. You know, like back in the 90s, no one gave a shit about old Porsches. Of course, now everybody loves old Porsches.
Yeah.
Give me an RWB.
What?
Give me an RWB.
All right.
RWB.
A Raoul built or something like that.
Oh.
Those are like the Liberty Walk.
Oh, yeah.
Basically versions of the Porsches. Somebody flies here from Japan just to build that specific one.
That's how that works?
Yeah.
So anyway, I thought that was a cool car. Yeah, we were big time 90210 watchers every week. Every week.
Any of those other is that so that's a good kit. You know, well, that's a classic right there.
What's that?
He's flipping through Porsche like whale tails.
There's a guy around here that has one of these.
Have you seen anything following the new like 911 release? Because they took a bath in the mid 2000s as far as they just looked too much like a Cayman or like a Boxer. It just didn't seem identifiable enough anymore. But it looks like they whatever their 2021 is, they've like ground up redesign. It looks nice.
New Porsche.
Mm-hmm. Like on your top 5, top 10 list.
There's only been a couple of Porsches that really haven't been that great, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So it was a Speedster.
Okay.
And it says here, if I can get this thing off here, 356 parts from a few different generations.
Oh, so Frankenstein Porsche.
Yeah, kind of, and it had it was convertible with like a
Franken Porsche
with like a chopped down front piece of glass. Here, hold up. Looks like this.
Oh, yeah, almost like an MG.
Yeah, bitchin' little car. I would love to have a car like that, even if it is like a bastard child.
Yeah, that's like the Kelly McGillis Top Gun style.
Yeah, kind of. Yep. Yeah, she had a Speedster.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So, all right. So how we feeling? Everybody okay now?
Let's make it
After
through.
our Fuego chocolate?
I'm good.
No torched up ears?
No, that went away. I had to take the headphones off for a minute, though. That shit
That's
it was
interesting.
hurting, man.
Take you out. So now we're good for March as far as challenge. So we got our 4 Loco in for February. March we're covered with challenges.
I feel like I can go home and drink Chandler's Mad Dog.
Probably.
I'll give you $5.
I can
if
tell
do.
you, in having had last dab on, that was
That was nothing compared to that.
nothing. I would it was like ranch dressing compared to that. This was unreal.
Wow, really?
I think you need to try the Mad Dog. I'm gonna bring it over so you can try it.
Like crazy.
Because that's how the Mad Dog feels.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember Dylan, our neighbor kid, wanted to date his friends down the street. He put a bunch of it. Whether I don't know if it was accidental. Was it accidental?
No, he said, "Mom, I didn't raise no bitch."
No.
He put a bunch of it on a taco that we were serving,
Yeah.
and he took a bite, and it lit him the fuck up like the chocolate.
Yeah.
He started hiccuping.
Okay.
That was for a long.
Remember?
Yeah, he hiccuped for like a good 30 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Like that shit is no fucking joke.
It's
One
hot.
drop
Curious
will
where the
fuck
hiccups
you
come
up.
from.
It's you know what hiccups are?
It's an air pocket.
Your esophagus gets irritated and then it pops.
Mm.
It like has like a
It
reaction.
explodes?
Have you always been a hot sauce person?
I've always have been around hot sauces. We've always had hot sauces, like when I growing up and stuff.
Yeah.
Always had hot sauces around. and stuff.
I am not. Like, not. And so it's funny because my brother and dad were.
Mm-hmm.
But I think which is also funny because it's the same way with allergies and whatnot with my sister. So I think my brother and dad, having enjoyed hot stuff for so long, I'm pretty sure at this point my brother has like burned himself out, and so now he gets like irritated, like upset stomach with hot stuff. And I think my dad has just been prescribed from his doctor to stop doing stupid stuff like eating really hot stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Well, I think as you get older, that stuff, you all that stuff sort of thins out, right?
oh yeah,
And so you keep whacking at it with hot sauce, which is probably not a good idea.
yeah.
But I love hot sauce. I mean, we have tacos. If I have a taco without hot sauce on it, I mean, what's the point?
Well, I have found and I had thought for the longest time that like sriracha sauce was just like this thing that was just short of napalm, and it really wasn't until I started watching Hot Ones
Oh, okay.
where I was like, okay, when I can see the scale of like what hot is, and like, oh well, this is not supposed to be hot. So I went and bought a bottle and was like, I'll try that.
Well, sriracha does have heat.
It does,
But-
but not to the fear that I thought it had.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, oh man, I've been missing out on
I thought this was hot.
on hot sauce.
Yeah.
So I have slowly,
But
over the-
sriracha, I'm not going to put sriracha on a taco. It's the wrong flavor
Yeah, it's
and
Asian
style, right?
Yeah.
So there's a whole gamut of things that you would put
Right.
on a burrito
Right.
or Mexican food.
Venus will make like essentially it's like a P.F. Chang's lettuce wrap thing.
Yeah.
And I will sriracha sauce the snot out of that.
Yeah.
And so I have found myself like evolved into trying the hot sauces for the purpose of like, what have I been missing?
Uh-huh.
And a lot of it is like some mixed drinks or like beers. There's a difference between a hot sauce that has heat, but it tastes well.
Yeah.
Or it adds something. One of the little man boxes, whatever that I got from Venus for Christmas,
Uh-huh.
has this It's like a chipotle sriracha sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot get enough of. Like, I put that on just about everything: eggs, breakfast burritos.
Yeah, I can see that.
Any kind of burrito, a taco, because it's a chipotle, so it's a smoky pepper based chili.
Uh-huh.
It's like, man, I have been missing out.
If the hot sauce to me is vinegar based, because there's a lot of those,
Yeah.
I don't care for vinegar based hot sauces. I think that they cheap out on the hot sauce when they start basing the sauce around the vinegar. For me, a real good hot sauce is a sauce that's made out of peppers and tomatoes, and you're not fillering it with vinegar. I don't care for those. But there's a lot of vinegar based hot sauces out there, and it really kind of bums me out when, oh, here's some new hot sauce, I should try this, and I get it home to find that it's hardcore vinegar. I started reading labels now.
Yeah.
The number 1 or 2 or 3 ingredient is the vinegar. No, okay, that one's not for me.
So do you have more of a preference for like a pico de gallo versus a salsa? Because typically salsas have more vinegar. Do you prefer like the freshy of a pico as opposed to salsas?
Well, sure, put pico on it, but I want hot sauce too.
Oh, nailed it.
Yep.
Nice.
I want the hot sauce.
Yeah.
I also will add hot sauce to something that has pico on it. I love the fresh of pico. But the sauces that I really like are Pico Pica Hot. There's a Pico Pica Hot sauce. Gringo Bandito, which is the singer from Offspring. He has a sauce which is really good. And Trader Joe's has a hot jalapeno sauce that is delicious. Really, really good. And they're not vinegar based. And I have a hard time finding good vinegar based, and they have to taste good.
Right.
You don't just get hot sauce just to be hot. It has to add something too.
Yeah.
Hot's great, but the flavor that you're adding to what you're eating, to me, is what makes it.
Right.
And if that sauce doesn't have a good flavor, or if it's just hot, then that's no good.
Right.
So that's kind of where I kind of go with it. But we've got our fridge, probably 2 shelves are dedicated to hot sauce bottles. Yeah. So, yeah, including his crazy Mad Dog 257 Magnum
69er
special edition
Wang Ho Limited
wing chung tonight. I did it for the children.
Like I can't feel it. It's like I'm just trying to make sure that Final Cut doesn't crash again.
I installed Avid and I opened it and then I immediately quit it.
They're different.
Dude, that's the most confusing thing I've ever fucking looked at.
Avid's not terrible. I have it at work.
I got to be like in my chair sitting there looking at it to be able to like
absolutely
focus.
Oh yeah.
I can't be looking at a 13-inch screen trying to figure something out.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Where are we at on time?
58.
58? Wow, I feel like we've been talking a long time.
I'm looking right now on Facebook.
Maybe because my anus is bleeding.
Yeah.
And I guess the Stefan, is that what his name is? Stefan Clark. Protesters are just now burning a bunch of blue line flags.
I would love to get into discussion about that, but I'm not going to cover that tonight.
How are you going to do that?
Oh, the not
Stefan
pressing
Clark.
How are you
not
going to burn
pressing
a blue
charge.
line flag? That's just so fucking rude.
Yeah.
When you have agencies telling you we're not pressing charges, there's a reason. Just saying. Plus, it's not like he was an angel.
Yeah.
Do you know what he was doing before he got shot?
Is this the one?
This is what happened last year.
Yeah, so this isn't a
robbing
current
houses
issue.
and breaking into cars and shit.
He was smashing windows on cars, threw a brick through someone's window. He was high on cocaine, methamphetamines. I mean, he had a laundry list of drugs that he was on.
Wow.
He was wanted for domestic battery. What else?
Oh.
Yeah. And they thought that he had a gun. and I mean he didn't, but
Yeah.
Hey, man, if you're doing illegal stuff and the police are after you and they shoot you, God, they're coming to you. God, they're coming to you. First of all, don't do illegal shit. Second of all, if I was a cop, which I'll never be, and if you were doing some bad shit, I'll shoot you anyways.
oh, that one's. We're not gaining any friends with that
Yeah.
one.
That's why you are not in law enforcement.
Wow. All right.
Too much GTA.
Yeah.
He's still beating up hookers for the money.
Yeah.
Yes. In Red Dead,
You said I wouldn't have to pay.
there's a dead guy hanging from a tree in Red Dead, and I was like, oh, that's sad. I wonder if he has any money. So I tried to loot a
Oh,
dead
yeah, that's
guy
the
hanging
difference
from a
between
tree.
video games.
Doesn't something come out after you? Some
I
people
got-
with hatchets or
Yeah,
something.
these people came out of the bushes with
Oh, it was
swords
hang
and
bait?
shit. Yeah. They were trying to kill
Hang
me.
Hang bait.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
terrible.
And it's like dark and foggy, and then you're getting
You're getting
axed and
attacked.
shit.
What did
Yeah.
he put just enough stuff in his pocket so he jingles in the wind?
No, you just see him like hanging from a tree right off the trail.
And Chandler thought, "Oh, I'll loot that poor
yeah,
guy."
I'll loot it.
Yeah. Oh, that's sad. He's dead, but does he have 45 cents on him?
God.
Does he have 45
God.
cents?
Now it's like, hey,
Yeah,
does
that's
he
a
have
lot,
any?
man.
Does he have V-Bucks for my Fortnite?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a great game.
Well, we survived.
Yeah, thanks for the challenge, Fuego. Can you actually make it tougher?
I thought you guys were gonna actually like have to quit the show right after, but it wasn't as bad as I anticipated it being.
I handled it fairly well, I think,
Yeah.
considering.
Yeah.
I mean, it got me, but it wasn't as bad
I
as
knew
I thought.
I knew the time.
Oh, just from other videos?
Yeah. It was like,
You did your homework.
yeah. So it was like you're gonna hate it, but if you can get to minute 15,
Yeah, you'll
you've crested.
Sure.
Unless you were like toothbrushed it into your gums or something,
Oh, jeez.
or did something stupid like lick the bottom of
There
it.
was a point where I'm chewing the chocolate and I'm like, I have got to swallow this down
Yeah.
because the more I chew, the worse it's going to be. And I feel like I got it down fairly quick, and then after that it was, oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just dealing with like the taser.
Yeah.
It was pretty brutal.
Does
And
anyone
I
own
only
a
had a
taser
little.
gun? Maybe we should tase each other for April.
I think I could maybe get one.
No, I'm not down with that.
I can tase you if you want.
Just drop to the floor.
I'm sure Mariah.
What
would-
happened to your
would-
teeth?
would
Well,
mind.
Well,
on the podcast, we decided to taser each
yeah,
other.
I thought we should have worn a full face helmet, but then we realized we couldn't see our eyes roll back into our head. So we had a clamshell, and I got tased, and I ate the floor.
Here, are you going to tase me? All right, hang on a second. Let me lay down. All right, hit me.
Have you seen the video where the cop's pulling a guy over and he's drinking a beer, and then the guy gets out and runs, and then the cop tases him and he like launches
Into the
air,
yeah.
and he's in the
There's
grass.
something because it's making like a bunch of the you laugh, you lose challenges or something,
Yeah, that one's a good one.
and he falls on the lawn.
I'll pull it up.
This is a challenge?
No, no, it's just an idiot trying to run from the cops,
okay.
and he like gets 3-4 strides into like a sprint, and you hear like the taser fired, and the guy like a fucking porpoise jumping out of the water, like, and then
Oh my gosh.
just plant.
I don't ever want to be in a situation where I have to be tased by anybody. If you're going to tase
Run.
if you're going to tase me, I've done something really fucked up.
Just locks up and just does the.
I like how he's running with the beer.
Where are you gonna go, dude? Hey, yeah, he's like jumping out of the water like a porpoise.
He's doing the silly salmon.
Yeah. Jesus.
Anyway.
Alrighty.
Let's wrap this up.
We did good, I think.
We'll
And we got $10 to a good charity.
we'll
F cancer.
report on any ill effects.
Yeah, I'll be sure to tweet if I have a Roto-Rooter problem later.
And if the podcast isn't up in at least 2 days, just tweet a bunch of shit.
Hey, the podcast will be up. It's whether or not the video part of it, Mr. Production Guy.
Sorry to everybody that it was late, but you can definitely blame Tim Cook.
Tim Cook.
Tim Apple.
You guys can tweet him.
Tim Apple.
Hashtag Tim Apple. We handle this stuff.
Tagging that at the end.
We just came full circle. Did you see that?
We did. We wrapped that one up.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for listening to 23 and letting us F ourselves up with some hot chocolate, and we appreciate it. We'll see you next week.
To continue the circle, though, was that a mistake or not a mistake?
Anytime you can contribute to cancer research,
it's worth effing yourself up.
It's worth effing yourself up for it.
So no mistakes?
No mistakes. No regrets.
Yeah, no, that was actually kind of fun.
Yeah. All right. We'll catch you next week.
Later.
Later.